Welcome to the Family First Retirement Podcast with George Politarhos. For more information, visit betrayawealth.com. Now, let's get to the show.
My name is Mark Owens, and I can reach across the table.
I can. I get to touch your hand.
One of these moments, and we're joined by Jarred Politarhos is with us this weekend, too.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. So, full transparency, and we're always very real every weekend here on Family First Retirement. George, obviously, home office, love being in Wilmington.
Yep.
It's where you call home. I'm in Atlanta, just north of Atlanta, but y'all are down here doing some little digital stuff.
Correct. Yes, some changes, some things going on, which is exciting. When they watch our Facebook and things like that, this is all Jarred's idea, and he's the man, the myth, the legend.
I love having y'all in town.
We're so happy to be
Are you
here.
okay? Because, I mean, there's a lot of go Braves, go Dogs.
I think the big phrase is go Eagles.
That's exactly right.
Last time I checked, we won a Super Bowl, didn't we?
I think you're right about that.
Go Birds.
I think the Falcons don't know how to play, and the Braves are. What have you done for me lately?
2021. That was lately.
Oh, that's right. They had
That
half
was
a season
post-COVID.
probably.
We missed 2 weeks.
Whatever.
You know what? Thanks for joining us this weekend.
That's
We're
it.
shutting it down.
The
Southern
typical
Hospital-
Southern mentality. Golly gee, you
no
willikers.
Southern Hospital. But full transparency, I'm super excited that y'all are hanging out with us this weekend. Thanks for being here. And one of the big things that y'all are working on right now at the Politarhos Wealth Group are the quarterly reviews.
Yes.
Talk to me, George, about the importance of scheduling one of these.
You know, I have to be honest with you, Mark. This is Jarred's forte, and I'm going to let him talk about it because this is his baby, and it is so – I'm kind of jealous.
Right.
Because it's so flippin' true that I didn't think about it, and that's why my son did a great job. Jarred, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. These quarterly reviews are so important, not just for our clients or our family members, but most importantly for us as advisors as well. We want to talk to you as much as you want to talk to us. These quarterly reviews really give us 30 minutes to an hour just to discuss how life is going on your end. We want to know about the little things, whether it's a marriage, death, divorce, whether someone's moving into your house, you got a new dog. This is important because it's all part of your plan and it affects you in retirement and even before retirement. That's kind of why we're having these conversations now. But most importantly, we also want to set up your family for success. So we want to know from nuts to bolts, home, auto, life insurance, everything. And then that way, God forbid, there is a tragedy in your life, we're your one-stop shop for your family and your beneficiaries.
Okay, so we start working with the Politarhos Wealth Group, 302-330-2166. Do we have to set a reminder to call you, or will you reach out to us?
We'll reach out to you. If you don't hear from us and you want to talk to us anytime before that or after that, you can give us a call.
Yeah, 302-330-2166. And what are people talking about right now? You mentioned a marriage, a grandkid, a baby on the way. Unfortunately, if there's a divorce in your future, is it an all-encompassing conversation right now, or is there something specific you're working on?
People are really nervous. They're a little uneasy. They see what's happening in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks with the markets. They're concerned about their retirement, and they need to have a conversation. Maybe it helps get off the ledge, but also to do the Family First Retirement Plan, to understand where they're at, and to make sure they have the right amount of risk in their retirement, because we still need risk. That never goes away. But maybe we change little proportions and the scales change a little bit to put us in the best place to make sure we're covered. That seems to be the biggest concern. Don't you think, Jarred?
And I think we're seeing a lot of changes in people's lives now, whether it be, beneficiary changes, or there's a huge need now for life insurance.
Yes.
And we're seeing that change as well.
When we talk about life insurance, people think, Mark, that it's just for when you're young. You're 30, you just got married, you have maybe a child on the way, you have a mortgage. I just need it then. But it's really not true. You need life insurance at different stages for different reasons.
I mean, I think we're seeing, and I know George will agree with us, that retirees need life insurance just as much as the younger generation does.
Yeah.
And your needs change in retirement, but also when you're young as well. We offer a product, an IUL, and George can attest to it. It's like your Swiss Army knife, where it's going to provide you 4 things for the price of one, and that's really good for younger people. However, it's not to stop the younger and the older generation as well.
302-330-2166. We talk about quarterly review, but maybe you're just getting started, and that quarterly review is actually your initial review. Your first opportunity to have somebody sit down and take a deep dive into your portfolio. And if you've saved at least $250,000 or more for your retirement, it's no cost, it's no obligation from the team at the Politarhos Wealth Group. 302-330-2166. George, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yeah.
The headlines are heavy right now. My friends on the left say that Donald Trump is crashing the economy. We're never going to recover from this. My friends on the right are saying it's a correction. It's needed. It may hurt for a minute, but in the long run, this is good for the economy, for the market. Be that calming voice, if you will, that 10,000-foot view. What does it mean for my retirement savings?
First off, let's get something straight. We have to take a breath, and we can't let our vision be clouded by our political affiliation.
Sure.
There are people that if Donald Trump gave us $1 million, we'd say, that's terrible. He did something wrong.
It should have been $1,000,001.
And just like when Joe Biden was president, President Biden, he could have found a cure for cancer, and half the population said, oh, my God, he's trying to kill us.
Right.
So let's just take that step back. I personally think this market has been overvalued. I think we should have seen corrections before, but it gives us a great time to start focusing on what's really important to us. We thought how great the market is, right? So people are at risk. Unfortunately, we have people that we've been speaking to who think that way. Now they're calling us saying, I just lost 18% or 16%. I'm down $80,000, $90,000. What am I going to do? This is a time to look at some new options to get that balanced approach. Because, Mark, I don't know about you, and I say I pull my hair out. Obviously, you can't. But we have to. We got to balance ourselves out. We need risk. We need safety. What's the safety? Well, index annuities really help with that safety because you get the upsides of the market with no downside risk. Can't lose any money, but you still need some exposure to the market. You know, if we put all our money underneath the mattress at home, what happens?
It's going to sit there. It's not going to grow.
Nothing. Not going to go down.
You may even forget about it.
Maybe the moths eat it, but it doesn't go down. You still need that retirement to have some risk involved. And having the Family First Retirement Plan with Betrayal Wealth, we can help you get that plan in place, really to educate you, inform you, and enlighten you on which way is the best way to go. But take a breath. Let's take a step back and stay calm. Let's look forward.
302-330-2166. I know for a fact, George, that you've received calls from this show of people simply just asking, where am I?
Yep.
What's going on? What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Your question can be that simple to George Politarhos. He wants to sit down with you and offer that Family First retirement plan at no cost or obligation. I'm glad you brought up annuities because we're always talking about income.
Right.
Income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. So you talked about annuities, opportunity for guaranteed income in retirement. But I want you to hear this clip from WinkandTell.com's Cheryl Moore. She says that what many people don't understand is that annuities are also a safeguard against longevity risk.
So this is basically taking the fact that I might live too long or too long for my retirement savings, certainly, and I need a way to hedge that risk. That's what an annuity does. But the money person is probably thinking, well, why would I sell the annuity? Because I can sell them a bond and a stock fund that's going to way outperform that. Well, that might be true, but does it have that insurance feature where it guarantees the paycheck for life? No. And really, that's what the client's communicating, right? I need guarantees. I don't want to run out of money. And that's exactly what an annuity is made for.
Guaranteed income in retirement with the power of an annuity, but they're very misunderstood, George Politarhos. Why is that?
Well, there's so many different annuities out there. And I always keep saying, this is not your father's Chevrolet. This is not your father's annuity. There's really 4 annuities we're going to speak about: a variable annuity, an immediate annuity, deferred annuity, and fixed annuity. Variable annuity is being in the market. You're having the variability, violence up and down of the market. Why would I be in a variable annuity if I could be in the market? Doesn't make sense because variable annuities have extremely high costs, 3 to 7.5%. The immediate annuity, which is what she's speaking about, is an income rider. So you give the insurance company a block of money, and they're going to say, based on your age, how much money they're going to give you for the rest of your life. And it's a great thing because you can never outlive that income stream. But I got to be honest with you, I don't know if that's always the right fit for people, because when you turn on that income stream, and we have a lady that called our office who heard the radio show and has this product with another company, and said, I need more money than this because I need it now. Things have changed, and they told me they can't do it. My price is my price. That's what I'm getting. Is that true? And the answer is absolutely. So it locks you in with a certain thing. Lifetime payment, but I can't dictate how much I need.
Okay.
And that sometimes is a product we have to use for certain situations because, Mark, we always say how we're different, right? Yep. What's right for the customer, not what's right for George and Petrea. What I really like is an indexed annuity because I can set that income stream up myself without losing control of my money. And that's what this is about, control. It's about having the power to make the right choices, being able to show how well you are doing and take out what we need when we need. If Jared or Alex calls me and says, Dad, I need a new roof on the house, and I have my annuity, indexed annuity, well, in this month I'm taking money, I can take out another $10,000. I have that right, that control. The immediate or deferred annuity, once that income stream is turned on, I lose power, I lose control, and I lose the decisions. When we talk about retirement, Mark, remember, this is your money. These are your choices and your decisions.
Amen.
We're here to help you make them. She says, why don't I just put it and make more money with the bond or managed funds? Because it's not about what's right for the advisor. It's about what's the right product for our family members at Betrayal Wealth. And that's what we're looking to do.
302-330-2166 with the market up and down as it is right now. Are there better times than other times to look into an annuity? Like with interest rates high, is it a better time, or do we need to lock them in when they're, what do you say?
Right now, when you're looking at annuities right now, you're kind of buying in at a low rate because when you buy into an annuity, you get a start price, for example. And let's say you're with the S&P 500 and it's down the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
15%. My start point is down here below in the valley. When it goes up and the S&P, nothing outperforms it over the time, I'm taking the upside, gaining about 55% of that upside growth. I'm getting in low, which is great, but there's never a bad time to buy an annuity. Let's talk about that because what can never happen? What can never happen to me, Mark?
Can never run out of money.
Never run out of money, A. B, I can never lose money.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Jared and I talk to customers all the time about peace of mind, about safety, about we have managed funds. Let that be our crazy money. Let that be the casino money you take down there to Atlantic City or Dover Downs, and you put everything on black. If it comes up black, yay. If it comes up red, what the heck happened? Your annuity is your safe money, and your other money is your riskier money that we can manage for you and help you grow according to what your wishes, wants, and desires are.
So it seems like you hear from some people in your industry and you talk about annuities and they're like, that's not worth the paper that they're written on. Then you talk to other people and their entire business model is set on annuities only. It feels like you're kind of right down the middle with that line of thinking.
Well, you have to be.
Yeah.
I like vanilla ice cream. Am I going to only have vanilla ice cream because you like chocolate? We have to have the availability to be flexible for what's right for our customers. It doesn't matter what I like. It matters what you like, what you need. What we need is different for each and every one of us. Our positions are different. Maybe you don't have a pension, which a lot of people don't have, unfortunately, right? And you didn't take an opportunity to get an IUL start, as Jared was talking about. Why need to have something for an income stream? Not all my money. May have a large pension coming in, so I can afford now to have some more riskier investments. It's the mix of the two.
Right.
It's kind of like when you have the avenues of income, the streams that lead into, we get to pick and manage which one we're going to use because we're in tax season, aren't we?
Yeah.
Crazy. I went to the CPA with Ernie Callias and I have my tax plan going. We have a tax bill come, which is good. That's a good problem. But I need to know where the money's going to come from, how I plan for my taxes, which bucket am I going to pull from in good times and bad times. And that's what's so important about having a plan that works for you. It has to be about you, for you, and made to your needs.
302-330-2166. You can make a phone call right now. Talk to a representative and just simply say, I just want some more information about annuities. That's all we need to know. And then we'll get you on the calendar to sit down with George and the team, have a long-form conversation about building income in retirement. 302-330-2166. Now, George, we're going to sit down with you with these conversations. But, Jared, where do you come into play with this whole mix? So we schedule that consultation. We come to the home office of the Betrayal Wealth Group. Are you the first one to greet us? Yep. Like, walk us through it if we're a first-timer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's either going to be Achilles or I as soon as you walk in. His office is on the left, my office is on the right. However, you most likely will hear from me first. Then, really, I'm going to be your main point of contact. Anything that you need, you can reach out to me directly, and I will help you in every step of the way. And then even with your planning from the Family First Plan, you can talk to George, Angie, Alex, Achilles, or I, and we will help you. And then going forward, like I said, I am going to contact you for our quarterly reviews where we're really just going to sit down, chat about everything that's going on in life, and really just make sure you're right, on the right path that you need to be.
Yeah, because Patrea in Greek, it means
Family.
family. I mean, it's a family business.
Today's a prime example. Every day I'm with my two best friends. How could I lose out?
I don't see that often.
As I said, I'm always with my two best friends. One's to my right now, and one's back in Wilmington. So how could I be wrong?
Right.
And it's not across from me from the aisle.
Wait a minute.
Wearing a stupid white hat with an A on it.
Go
Please.
Braves. Braves 302-33. Look at the smile on Jared's face every time you say Braves.
Go team.
He's the biggest sports ball fan you're going to find.
Biggest sports fan you'll ever meet.
302. He can talk insurance.
His
He
favorite
can
game
talk-
for every time of the year is the Thanksgiving Day games.
I can tell.
Yeah, he loves those games.
I could. He's probably putting money on it.
My favorite season is award season.
There it is. 302-330-2166. You got all the bases covered at the Betrayal Wealth Group, and it really is a family atmosphere. And I'm not blowing smoke because you're both sitting right here. I've been to the office. I've met the team. I've got a hug so hard from Angie, she about broke my damn neck. It really is a comfortable atmosphere, very inviting atmosphere. And George always says you're invited to stop by at any time. The home office is located
At 501 Silverside Road in Wilmington, right down the street from the station. We're there 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Stop in, have a cup of coffee with us. Just say hello and try and see how we can help you and have that conversation.
Even if you're not a client.
Even if you're not a client.
We wanna meet you.
You've had that before, though.
We have.
Somebody
wanna
just
meet
listens to the show or seen the Facebook or the podcast and says, let's see who this is.
Or the YouTube, and we really just want to meet you. It's not...
We have a customer that came in, and he was not a customer, client, and he just said, I have driving around, I heard you on the show, and I wanted to see what it's like. Where's the coffee at? And I'm like, okay, Sarge, whatever you need, I got for you, bub.
Yeah.
And we had a nice conversation, and we're working with him now to become part of our family, so it's great.
I don't want to put anybody's business out there too much, but I know a couple of months ago, we were hanging out, getting some work done in your office, and there was a gentleman, one of your clients, great guy. And I was like, well, I don't want to interrupt a meeting. And you're like, no, he's just hanging out.
Yeah.
Literally just hanging out. Just came here for no other reason, just to get out of the house.
Get
We're
away from his
happily
wife.
retired.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
needed a conversation
Very
with somebody
good
else.
friend.
Yep.
Very good friend.
302-330-2166. Jared, I do want to give you credit for all the work you do behind the scenes as well with the Betrayal Wealth Group, social media, YouTube. What other avenues can we find you?
We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Am I missing any of them?
Is that
I
it?
got to say something.
Yes, sir.
I am an idiot about this stuff. I have no idea what Jared does. I have no idea because I can't do it. And I see the things that Jared puts together, the advertisements. We send out a company newsletter, and I'm amazed at the things he does and how informed he keeps and touching bases with our clients and family members every week, every month, posting every little thing about us. So I want you to be part of our family.
Yeah.
How better than to be involved and to see the involvement, see how Jared's managing, how Achilles' new ideas, how Alex joined the team's growing. And obviously there's always things about Archer everywhere you see for us. So it's always...
However, I will say that if you are apprehensive to talk to George, Angie, Achilles, Alex, or I, and you just want to know a little more, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or even ask to be subscribed to the newsletter, and that's a great way just to get to know us a little bit better.
And our podcast, obviously.
Yeah. Family First Retirement Podcast. You can find it across all podcast platforms or on the homepage at betrayalwealth.com. So you're looking for them on social media, PATRIA, betrayalwealth.com is the website, and Betray is where you can find the team across social media. And speaking of family, we're celebrating Women's History Month as well. And George, there are specific strategies, and this is my fault that we don't talk about this more here on Family First Retirement, but there are specific strategies just for the widows out there. Unfortunately, gray divorce is a reality as well. But there are strategies out there for women that you work with on a daily basis.
It is, because in our society, unfortunately, there are a lot of, I should say, our society has a lot of great things. Unfortunately, we have some bad things. One of those things is that in a household, in a nucleus, the one partner has one part of the business, the other partner has another part of the business to take care of. Most families, my father handled the finance, my mom did all the cooking. A lot of times today, the husband handles the bills, and the wife takes care of everything else because they do everything. And the husband either dies or you get divorced, and the wife now is left like, what in the heck do I have? 72% of women, Mark, will be either widowed, single, or divorced in retirement. 72%. Because look at Angie, my sister, who's fantastic. She's a widow now for 5 years. Her husband was older. She's going to be by herself for about 15 years.
Yeah.
You have to plan for this. What's our 401k doing? What's our thrift savings plan doing? Do we have managed funds? Do I pay bills? Do I have a mortgage? These are the things we're going to help illustrate and show you and see how we're going to make this work for you. It's really about, once again, getting the education. And I have women come in, and men, but they say, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. There's nothing about the past we can fix. We want to hold it, we can't. Let's focus on what we have going forward. Let's see how we can be in a better place for tomorrow, and we won't make the same mistakes. So when I have these ladies out there, it's Women's History Month.
Yep.
It's not enough time. Every day should be History Month for our ladies in this country.
Celebrate those that keep us together.
They are. And I talk about Leslie, and Leslie truly is a beast. She's great at everything she does. We're really, Jarrett, we're blessed to have her and be our boss. But we want to make sure we get you in the right place, give you the information you need, and help guide you going forward. Call us at 302-330-2166. Let's have that conversation. You know, we talk about going to the principal's office, getting your hand spanked when you're in elementary school.
Right.
There's none of that going on. We don't sit there and we don't judge. We don't say you should have been more involved. I don't care. We can't fix it, but we're going to make sure it doesn't happen to you again.
Could you imagine if you tried to spank a kid in 2025?
My
Could you
gosh.
imagine the lawsuits that would
Jail.
come with that?
Immediate
exactly
jail.
School
Right.
would be shut down. The school system would be sued. 302. It is a no judgment zone in the Betrayal Wealth Group.
Absolutely.
302-330-2166, betrayalwealth.com. Before we wrap things up, one more time, Jarrett, as we were talking at the beginning of the show, maybe somebody's just catching the tail end. Quarterly reviews are so important right now. What is it involved, and why is it so important to get one of those from the Betrayal Wealth Group?
What it involves is you can come into our office, or it can be a Zoom call. It's going to be about 30 minutes. We're simply just catching up with you to make sure that you're on the right track. We want to know about your life changes, and we ultimately want to make sure that you and your family are protected for the future. So that's ultimately what it is, and it's just going to be us hanging out, talking like old friends.
And that's not just for the people that are clients. We're also talking reviews for somebody who's maybe just getting started in their journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have to.
Yeah.
You know, we build a house, right? How do you build a house? On sticks?
Yep.
You make sure the foundation's really strong. Same thing with retirement. If you're not getting strong advice when you're young and starting out, that retirement's really not going to look very good or have problems later on.
Right.
Let's take care of it today and get you started in the right place.
And to go along with that analogy, George, I mean, these reviews are great for non-clients as well, just to get a second opinion. Think of it as a home inspection. You want to make sure that the house that you built or had someone else build is top-notch, and we're here to help.
And doing what you thought was going to do.
Yep.
That's exactly
If
right.
you take nothing away from this weekend show, I hope you understand, Betrayal Wealth Group, not a big box firm. They live here, they work here, they play here, and they have the experience as well. 302-330-2166. They want to serve the community, and it begins with that phone call.
Insurance and annuities offered through George A. Politarhos, Delaware Insurance License Number 1373121. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.